Hi everyone, welcome to part 4 of my 2003 Ford Transit van conversion. My name is Sarah Daly and today I'm going to be looking at all things floor preparation, dealing with the rust and also dealing with the holes in the floor. Stay tuned to the very end when I get a visit from my dad, Willie Daly, the Irish traditional matchmaker, who offers to sing a song and I simply can't refuse. So stick around guys. Let's get into it. Discovered some rust holes. So I did a little bit of research last night to see what was the most affordable way that I could repair the holes. I won't be standing on that part of the floor, but it is important to make sure that you reduce the spreading of the rust and that the hole doesn't get much bigger. So I did find a way, and that is using a resin kit. Okay, I have to intercept here because I kept calling it a resin kit when it's actually called a glass fibre kit. There is resin used in the kit, but the Sarah that is speaking in the video kept misnaming it. So I went on to explain it all the wrong way. Basically, the kit has fiberglass mats. You lay them down onto the ground and then you mix resin with a hardener. You have to do it quickly because it does harden fast. Then you paint across the mat and onto the area that you are making sure you're covering the hole, and you cut the mats out to the correct shape with plenty of edge over the sides so that there is plenty of grip around the hole. And then once one layer is hardened, you go back, you lay down a new fiberglass mat, you mix new resin and hardener and you paint that onto the next layer, and you repeat 4 to 5 times. Once it's all dry and firm, you have a solid surface for your floor, in this case for the floor, and it makes sure that there is no liquid or water coming in through from underneath the van, and it's ready to go. So these are the areas I'm going to work on today. That's actually has been protected from underneath, and here, like, that's a decent sized erosion. I mean, so there's metal right there, but here, that's where there's hole. And yeah, I'm able to pick this now because I know that I'm going to be going along with the angle grinder to make sure that it's all smooth around the edge. Yeah, so there's a fair amount of it, no denying it. So obviously if you can see through, then that means the water, when you're driving along the road, water can come up through the holes, and that's not something that I want. So I do want to actually secure that. So here I have my protection goggles that will go over my prescription glasses. I've got Flexo Grip gloves, which is really important fiberglass kit. And then I bought the discs. Now I'm not sure that these are actually going to even last long enough, but I can pop down to the hardware store to get more if I need it. And I also bought green oxide paint, which I'm going to be using in other parts of the floor of the van, but also the exterior of the van. and different places where the rust is pretty severe. So so including all of these bits, it was still under the €50 mark. Happy days.
So at this point, my brother Henry, who was lending me his angle grinder, came and he saw the discs that I'd bought and said, no, they're not going to cut it. I had to put that pun in. So he jumped in the car, went back to the store and bought the discs that were going to cut it. So that's me giving him the receipt there, just saying, sure thing. And I'd never used an angle grinder before, so I didn't actually have a reference point to go from as to which discs were the right ones, but I know now. So that's me just continuing cleaning.
So my brother Henry just came. He brought his angle grinder. Then he realised he didn't have the right disc, so he went to the shop, bought the right discs for me, which was really nice. And he actually got stuck into some of, to show me how to use the angle grinder and to give me an example of what it's going to look like. He did get stuck into some of the holes. Now, one of them was 2 little holes, but now I'll show you what it is now after he went at it. Yeah, that's a big hole. I have to do each of the holes with the angle grinder. Then I can go at the other parts that have rust. Then I think I have to sweep it out so that there isn't dust, otherwise the paint won't get to fully grip, so I have to clean it again. God, it's a lot of work. But if I hadn't cleaned it in the first place, I wouldn't see all the bits that need to be taken care of. So yeah, my brother said, well, fair play to you, Sarah, because you've got a fine big job ahead of you. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'm gonna do it. So now I'm going to try my hand at the angle grinder, which I'm just a little bit scared of, admittedly, but I'm absolutely determined to give it a try. All right, people, let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah. Let's do this. That is so intense. It's also because of the constant vibration. Ooh. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break from the angle grinder. No, I can't do that. I was thinking I could clean this side, paint it, but I'd have to wait for the paint to dry before I can go at the angle grinder for this side of the van, because the dust and the metal, the old rust will just fly off and go straight on and stick on the paint. So that's a no-go idea. Maybe I just have a little break and I go outside. I enjoy the beautiful sunshine. Maybe I'll show you around. So this farm is now my brother's farm, but before my brother had it, my dad had it. Before my dad, my grandfather, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I'll show you some of the views. It's located very close to, well, very close to Lahinch, County Clare, and then Liscannor, County Clare. And then I'll have some water and I'll have some fruit and nuts. So this is the view from the side of my brother's house. And you know, as kids we lived here for a little while as well, before my parents built a new house, which is now over 39 years old. That is the Atlantic Ocean out there. That's where I used to get in a boat when you needed to get to America to survive an Irish famine or just a regular old Irish recession. And that's part of my brother's land as well. So you can see there's a horse in the distance, a couple of horses actually, horse and a foal. And when we were growing up, we had a pony tracking farm. So that field used to have 20 horses in it. But when my dad retired, the pony tracking, I think, maybe stayed open a couple of years and then it closed. It's nice, huh?
I don't know about you guys, but when I spend time in nature, I find that it always leaves me feeling reinvigorated and rejuvenated. Lots of those words, like rebalanced, reinvigorated and rejuvenated, but really, like, it actually does. And there's plenty of research out there showing that when you do spend time in nature, if you sit by a tree, in particular if you actually have your bare feet in the ground, all of that good stuff called earthing, yeah, it really helped. I was rested after this. I'm ready to go again.
So I'm having some dried mango and some almonds along with some filtered water, and that will actually really do me until my lunchtime. Yummy! Yummy, yummy, yummy. I love my almonds and I love mango. Let me know if you love almonds and mango. So I'm done with the angle grinder. I think it looks grand in there. Now I'm gonna clean up. So sweep, may have to wipe again just to collect the dust. So now I am mixing, giving the green oxide paint a mix with the knife that I found in the door the other day. So the knife helped me to take the tin, the top of the tin off, and now it's helping me.
So at this point, the very reasonably priced cheap roller that I bought broke, and I wasn't even halfway through painting with the green oxide the floor, painting the floor. So I persevered with the broken roller and I painted the entire floor. I left it to dry overnight, and then I came back the next day to work on the holes. But yeah, that's me trying to figure out a way to use the roller that was broken and still paint the entire floor.
Howdy everyone. Yeah, I'm still in the preparation phase. So yesterday I worked on removing rust using a metal brush and an angle grinder that my brother Henry lent me. Thanks, Henry. And then I painted the floor with green oxide. So in that moment I was happy that the van is all green. It does two things in one. It obviously takes care of the rust, and it also means that the entire floor looks like one shiny, glossy new floor. Again, new, would I go that far? No, definitely not with the holes that are in it. Okay, I'll show you guys how it looks now that I painted it. I didn't show you yesterday. Partly I was ran out of battery with my phone, and I just ran out of any form of attention other than getting the painting done. But yeah, let's give you a look now. So this is how it looks after giving it that one coat of green oxide paint. I mean, come on guys, that is not bad. So this, from that line there, the metal line where it's been welded together, to this front section, all that metal was in very decent shape anyway. There was some dodgy bits around here, which I welded and I painted, not welded, that I used the angle grinder on to remove rust from the surface of it. Then we look at the back, and we've got the Dodge Malodge station over there, Dodgy Central. So there's our special hole. Yep. Let's see what we can do about that today. I'm going to get going on prepping and getting the area ready for putting down the resin mats.
So as I explained at the beginning of the video how it works, you cut out your glass fibre mats to the size you need, making sure that you have enough that goes over the edge around the hole so that it keeps grip. Then you mix your resin mix in with your hardener and you work quickly. That's all I can say, because once the resin is mixed in with the hardener, it actually hardens fast. So as each patch is laid down and painted on with the resin and hardener, then you allow it to dry, then you go back, you repeat as I said before, and you do it 4 to 5 times, and then it really does do the trick.
The resin dried and it's hard as hard can be, and I've just gone and painted over each each of the holes. So here's a piece that I remembered just as I was painting. Last piece, I need to film this. So the light where you can see it's lighter, that's where the hole is. And it's completely rock solid. So now I'm painting it so that it looks the exact same colour as the rest of the floor. I mean, obviously it's not as smooth as the rest of the floor, but by God, is it going to keep it firm and steady? Yes, it is. Yes, it is indeed.
So guys, that's it for this week. It was quite a long video. I'm leaving you with the before and the after shots. And as I promised, my father, who is Willie Daly, the last living Irish traditional matchmaker, gives us a song. And I also show you my brother Henry, who lent me the angle grinder. Remember guys, if you like what you're watching, hit the subscribe button. It helps me immensely, and also the like button. Next week I'm going to be looking at putting up the sound barrier on the walls and the ceiling. See you then guys. Bye for now.
Well, it's the song Liston Varna for you, and it's a place where you find a wife, you find a husband, you just have a load of fun, and you drink a lot of Guinness, and you get very happy and you get very romantic. So the song goes, well, I'm off to Liston Varna at the end of the year. I'm off for the bit of crack now, the good-looking girls and the beer. I'm fairly shifty for a man of 60. Catch me if you can, my name is Dan, well, I'm your man. Oh, I'm a Paw Jean from Tullawachi. I've got 1 acre now, 1 acre of land. I'm looking for a honey with a nice bit of money. Catch me if you can, my name is Dan, well, I'm your man. No! And I'm off to Liston Varna at the end of the year. I'm off for the bit of crack now, the girls and the beer. I'm fairly shifty for a man of 60. Catch me if you can, my name is Dan, well, I'm your man. Woohoo! Whoa.